Well, Alexandra Saieh is Head of Humanitarian Policy and Advocacy at Save the Children. She joins me live now from Washington. Alexandra, thank you for talking to us this evening. Children are the focus of your humanitarian organisation. Just how shocked have you been with how much they're suffering, and how much aid have you been able to get into Gaza to help?
I mean, we've been completely shocked and appalled by the number of civilians killed, and particularly children, in recent weeks. 2 weeks ago, we put out a statement saying that the number of children killed in just 3 weeks in Gaza is higher than the annual number of children killed in all conflict zones combined since 2019. And since then, another 1,500 children have been killed. So the situation is horrific. As of yesterday, 4,630 children had been recorded killed, and this is probably an underestimate, as telecommunication lines have started to crumble, and it's difficult to get more information. And so this is making up 40% of all casualties. And this is not something that should ever be accepted, let alone in 2023. The aid that has come in so far has been a drop in the ocean. As was reported earlier, fuel has not been able to get in. So whatever bottles of water, food supply, medical supplies that have come in through the border in recent weeks has not been able to really get up to the north because of the reduction in fuel supply. Now those fuel reserves have been completely depleted. And so what we're looking at this week is an even more dire situation.
And Alexandra, it's not just about getting aid in. How important is it to get those children who are in Gaza out safely, especially those that are injured, given the situation of the hospitals that we've been seeing?
The most important thing right now is that a ceasefire is put in place. There is no other alternative and no other way to really preserve human life right now. At the moment, the situation is just getting worse. The infrastructure has been completely decimated. People have been without clean water for weeks now, and we have been warning that children who are not killed by bombs run the risk of dying of dehydration, starvation, and disease, and that risk has never been more real than right now. I mean, the lack of fuel is going to have severe consequences on access to clean water, as it's already been having. Now, water pumps will not be able to function. There will be no removal of sewage or waste removal. This is posing severe public health risks. Aid agencies have already been having to make tough decisions, and now we may not be able to make any decision because there is no fuel and no ability to get aid to go anywhere where we need.
And Alexandra, have you lost any members of your organisation, Save the Children? Are there still members of the workforce stuck in Gaza? What's the situation of the workforce of Save the Children?
We have staff members in Gaza. Many of them have had to flee their homes. Many of them have lost family members. Many of them have lost friends. And they're as impacted as everyone else. The UN has said that they've lost, I think the most recent count was more than 100 UN workers. NGOs have also lost a number of staff members. It's become increasingly dangerous to be an aid worker in Gaza. And we just need respect for international law, for aid workers to be protected, for education facilities, hospitals to be protected. And this is not what we're seeing right now. So we're advocating for an immediate ceasefire to allow us to get aid in, to allow people to mourn, to allow people to access the assistance they need, and to get shelter and a safe place. Right now, no place is safe in Gaza, not the north, not the south, and the situation is worsening day by day.
Alexandra Saieh, thank you very much for your time this evening.